Thank you, Arnab, for being a part of VidNet. And congrats on winning the right to use the nation wants to know. The nation really wants to know what is going on at Republic TV.
Yeah. So we have we've decided that we will have 10 times as many lawyers as the Times of India. So Times of India loves us too much. And since they can't compete with us on the screen, they want to compete with us in the courts and in the police stations. I'm very happy with that, Anil, because the more time they spend in the courtroom, it's good for me. It's been a fantastic launch, Anil. We said that this is the first time I'm coming out since we launched I spoke at Ficky Frames. And we said that this is a David-Goliath fight. And at the core of what we said was a David-Goliath fight is more an ideological principle. When does David fight Goliath? David would fight Goliath if there is a level playing field. Now, I believe that print does not allow you a level playing field. Because in print, you have these distribution monopolies which you establish. And no disrespect to the print journalists of Times of India, but if they believe that Times of India sells more because of the content, they may be mistaken, because it's more the distribution mechanisms which you establish which allow you to keep your number one position. Now, what happens in television and what happens beautifully on digital is that the level playing field is there post-digitization. So I got very encouraged with this when digitization happened, and today is the first week in which BARC is measuring not taking the analog market. So fully digitized market is being measured. In a fully digitized market, you know, we are content creators and we have an absolutely even play. Now, if I am 616, you are 606, right? If I am 512, you are 521. It's no longer going to be that because you have the money, you're channel number 1, and because I have less money, I'm going to be channel number 45. That does not happen. That world died when UHF and VHF and Prime Band and all went away. So thanks to digitization, Republic TV, when it launches, is launching straight into your home, you know, right next to the other player. So the viewer has the power of a switch with him. And the viewer can choose. And the viewer chose. So the bottom line, and I will stop because you must be thinking how long my answer is. This is actually the length of my average question. So the thing is, the viewer has taken that right. And the viewer has made a massive statement. And the viewer has said, I have switched. And I have said, you come along with me now. Because I will give you the stories, I will give you the exclusives, I'll give you the sting operations, I'll give you the debates, I'll give you the content. When Amarnath strikes, I have 12 reporters and 25 crew covering the story. So where we are spending our resources is in content, reporters, and talent. That is what the business of media should be all about. So I just want to say this, Anil, that the success of Republic TV, and today is the 9th week non-stop, we've been number 1. The success of Republic TV should encourage a lot more entrepreneurs, media professionals, content creators, like Samir is sitting there, is the original content guy, right? We're all content people. We feel proud today that we are playing our pivotal role in the industry. So we are happy, we are calm, and we are...
Fantastic. The nation also wants to know, what's the power of streaming and digital video? I mean, do you believe in that power?
I believe in the power, truly. I am obsessed with numbers. Obsessed with numbers. And life has taught me that as a journalist, as a content creator, professional, you have to look at numbers very closely. And Anil, I did my post-graduation in social anthropology, sociology. I like to understand human behavior. How do people respond to content? Why do some things do well and why do some things not do well? What do people reject? I will give you a small example which the audience can relate to, and then I'll come to the question on streaming. So you know that the Amarnath Yatra attack happened 3 days back. So we have a choice. When the Amarnath Yatra happens, do we divide or do we unite? Some people said, unfortunately in the media, that it's an opportunity to divide. And so let's start slamming Islamists, Islam, the Muslim religion, hardline clerics, etc., etc. Let's hammer them. And the more we hammer them, there will be a group of people who will say, damn good, and they will move to watching us, and we will be the quote-unquote majoritarian channel. And they ran hashtags like that. We had a simple hashtag, India for Amarnath. And we said Amarnath is not a temple anymore. It is a symbol of Kashmir's composite culture. It is a symbol of India's syncretic and composite culture. And I was watching the way the audience was responding. Do you know, Anil, the most amazing thing about this country and what makes this country great is that in the aftermath of Amarnath, everybody in this country actually came together. Nobody marginalized. People said the enemy is Pakistan, the target is Pakistan. You can't divide Indian against Indian. So I was seeing in the social media traffic also, people were rejecting all those divisive hashtags. And people were coming together with this hashtag India for Amarnath. And I also have been seeing the way streaming data works. I truly believe that television will continue in India for the next 100 years. And when I say that television will continue for 100 years, I think it will continue in different screens and streams. And so we are available on a Hotstar, we are available on your phone, we are available on a Republic World, we are available with a Facebook, and it does not make any difference where I'm being watched. I should just be able to track who is watching me. And digital is a beautiful medium because you get a pulse every moment. So I can actually stream on to Republic, and I can tell you that as of now, there are 1,850 people tuned in now. Yesterday, 275,000 people watched me. And at the end of a month, I have, say, 7.8 million page views, for an example. I do not get this kind of discrete data on television. I know that BARC gives me data, but I think the future is digital because it is measurable. B, digital will grow and proliferate in a huge way. And I got a phone call from our friends at Hotstar on the day we launched, and they said, Arnab, we're amazed. And I said, so what's the numbers? They said, 1 million people watched you on Hotstar on day one. I said, is that good? I said, I have no idea. They said, what are you saying? It's terrific. 1 million people watching a news channel on day one. These numbers, so I have on my screen right now, where I used to have BARC data, I have 10 other indices with me. I follow page views, daily active views, monthly active users. I watch time spent, which I think is a greater indicator, because the future of digital is going to be on the engagement levels of your content, not just the scale that you've built up. So I think I'm very excited. Streaming is the future.
Fantastic. Let me know the story. How did you manage to get onto Hotstar? Because, I mean, that was a bit of a coup about, how did you manage to get onto Hotstar?
There's no murky little story behind it. It's where we got onto Hotstar, that's it.
No, but, it's a news service. They were looking, and suddenly, from my perspective, I didn't expect you to be on Hotstar.
Why?
You're a news service, and that's more entertainment product.
No. There's nothing like that anymore. In any case, Anil, I mean, given some of the commentary I've seen on IndianTelevision.com, you guys think we are more entertainment than news.
Actually, that's a question I want to ask you. The room is divided between. This was a question I was told. One needs to ask you. One that.
Be direct with me.
Yeah, I'm being direct with you. One question was that, are you dumbing down news, or are you actually adding to the news where the news needs to be, presented in the new age?
So I must tell you this, that I don't believe that the audience is divided into news watchers, non-news watchers, entertainment watchers, Spider-Man watchers. Everybody can watch anything. It's not like somebody who watches Spider-Man on a Saturday will not watch my debate show at 9 o'clock. So this world is not stratified in that way. Point number one. Point number two, I actually went and did promotions for Republic on the digital platform of Hotstar, where they were live streaming IPL games. I actually did a cricket show.
Okay.
Before the launch, because I had no money and I was going around promoting Republic wherever I could get free traction. So I did the IPL and I was discussing the numbers, and I was amazed at the kind of traffic that Hotstar has. So it's as simple as that. I went and told them that, would you like to And then they said, absolutely, why not? I mean, they did not have news. So it was a bit of a bet for them, I would say. But then the bet has worked out. And what I've learned is that the people who watch TV serials also watch news. And why shouldn't there be news? If it's available on Jio, or it's available on Tata Sky, why should there not
So
be?
by getting onto Hotstar, you also got into Jio? Because Hotstar is on Jio.
No, I didn't look at it like that. I just got on everywhere.
Okay.
My strategy was to be present everywhere in every form. If you see, that's why we just said the channel should be a free-to-air channel. We don't need any subscription. What do we want to do? And I have a great business team. I said, what do we want to do? Essentially, what are we here for? So we sat in a room. And what do we want to do? What is our long-term agenda? Long-term agenda is that in 1 year from now, Republic is the #1 news brand in India, bigger than the Times of India. Khatam. That's it. And we've already done that. You go and ask any 20-year-old who they are likely to watch or consume on a daily basis. We want to make our dot a recognizable brand. I see myself as a content creator, not a distributor of content. Hence, I have respect for distribution mechanisms. But at the end of the day, I'm a content guy. I can tell you a story, I can debate, I can make a graphic, I can produce an episode, I can do a show. I'm not a distribution guy, so I should be available on all distribution platforms. Going with that philosophy, we became a free-to-air channel. All other English channels are pay. We went and said that we're going to be on Hotstar. Now, if I start keeping on thinking as a content creator, we become very possessive of our content. We say, oh, you know what? If I'm going to be on Republic TV, 5 viewers will go away and start watching me on Hotstar. It's going to be a drop in viewership. There is nothing to prove that being on multiple platforms kills any one platform. I believe what it actually does, you aggregate the power of all of that into the brand. Eventually, people will choose, depending on their availability, their mobility, the time, space, and place of the world they are in, they will decide to consume a brand. Sure. Like when you go around the world, you have people who say, wherever in the world we go, we are going to watch CNN, right? So there are some people who say, wherever in the world we go, we are going to watch BBC. So what we've said is, wherever in the world you go, you want to follow news from India, you're going to follow our dot, you're going to follow Republic, we're the new age brand. So we were available everywhere.
Yeah, so one thing.
So we went everywhere.
Yeah, you said the world. And when I went onto your stats online, it showed that you're getting a large audience also from the US and international markets, Republic World, that is, .com.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us something more about that?
About 60% is out of India, what I'm told. 40% is in India, which is natural.
60% is in India, 40% is outside.
Outside India, as of now. I mean, I think those are the statistics that we have. Our engagement levels on Facebook are tremendously high. Yeah, so I think we're doing well. Our time spent is better than that of Times of India. We are more engaging content than Times of India, so we are potentially in a year going to be ahead of Times of India on digital as well, yeah. So they have a few more heartbreaks to go. So I'm preparing myself for more court cases because I think the day we beat them on digital, they'll take us to court 5 more times.
Okay, so, I'm looking at the strategy in terms of, so you want to be on every platform.
I want to be on every platform.
And what is the message that your sales team is then carrying out? So are they selling cross-platform? Are they giving different promises to the brands in terms of engagement of different consumers? Is the consumer the same across or is it different?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. You'll have to ask Vikas Kanchandani, are very able. When we decided to launch Republic World, I decided one must be very clear in life what one knows and what one doesn't know. On air, I don't give this impression. but someone told me, you're going to be an entrepreneur. What do you want to do, And Yogesh and others who know me in life, I am very clear of what I know. What I don't know, it's the expert. We have a fantastic CEO. He can tell you all about the monetizability of it. But when we also look at we look at the content. So yesterday we had an interview with Kamal Hassan where he indicated that he might join politics. So he was saying, I'm already in politics. Then I asked him a question on Rajnikant, and then he gave a loaded answer. So I felt, this morning when I came in, I said, give me the stats, give me the stats. I'm obsessed about daily stats. I was the person who was very, very upset when AMAP went out of town because TAM used to be weekly, AMAP was daily. For me, I needed my daily burst of oxygen. I don't get it. But now I was told that this morning the Kamal Hassan comment on Rajnikant went viral in the morning. So I believe that is the content. I'm a content creator. I'll create that content, and monetizability will happen, I'm sure, at some point of time.
Sure. So, RepublicWorld.com is quite different from Republic TV. because it has so many partnerships, you've got different kinds of content being curated over there.
Yeah.
So why go that route? And you have languages, you've got... and is there an app going to come for Republic World?
Yeah, the app is coming in 7 weeks. We have a bunch of data scientists who we are working with in Bangalore because we want to do the back-end curation ourselves. That's point one. Republic World is an idea. I just want to share the thought with you. We say Republic World, your news, your habit, your language. In answer to your previous question, can you do the same thing on digital which you do on TV? Intrinsically, as a media guy, I'd say you can't. If I try to do the same thing, I will fail. It is good that about 37% of the content that I see driving onto the Republic World site is coming from live streaming. But if I'm going to sit there and become happy and say, oh, people are watching my live streaming, which means that on digital too, people want to watch TV, then I'll be arrogant. India is a large country with many languages. Anil, if I look at you and I look at myself, I'd say, how would I define myself? This is Arnab, and Arnab is living in Mumbai, and he's interested in politics. He's originally from Assam. So he's originally from Assam, and he's interested in entrepreneurship. It may not be, and a bit of rock music.
What kind of rock music?
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
You want me to be Tom Petty?
Fantastic. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yes.
Can we have you sing one of them?
No, my favorite song, since you're going in that direction.
No, we'll go back to the original conversation. Let's hear you sing once. We've never heard you sing.
No, I'll tell you one thing. You know, if you ask my competitors what they think of me, they will think of the Radiohead song called Creep.
Let's hear you sing the Creep.
No, I dedicate it to my competitors today.
All right, let's get
You're
on with the show.
You're looking for that
then.
one viral moment. No, nahi milega, don't worry.
I actually wanted to have this Facebook Live, done Facebook Live.
No, I forgot what point I was. So I say that we partnered with 33 partners on Republic. Is it an acknowledgement of my weakness? Some people ask me when we launched Republic, are you not sure of what you do? Why do you need 33 partners to launch Republic World? I said, because as of now, I am incapable. I'm incapable. So I have Lokmat, for example, right? Rishi is right here in front of me. He's one of our partners on Republic World. I'm proud of their partnership because the competency that he gets me in language and region is something I don't have as of now. Should I compete or should I amalgamate? Similarly, tomorrow, if he were to ask me, can you give me a Republic World content? You do an interview with the defense minister tomorrow or with the prime minister tomorrow. Will you give me your content ahead of others? I'll say, sure. So as of now, I have 10 partners. Now, India is a country with 22 official languages. We have 10 of the languages which are covered with partnerships with different people. So we have in Odisha Samvad. Bengal, we have Ajkal. In Assam, we have Niyomiya Barta. We have Lokmat. We have a tie-up with Dainik Bhaskar. And that's incredible because Dainik Bhaskar also has a wide reach. Now, will Dainik Bhaskar have a problem if I have a tie-up with Lokmat? No. Because I'm amalgamating the content. I'm taking their 5 best stories, potentially their videos. I'm extending this partnership to television. So for example, tomorrow, if I have the capacity to gather content on a story, so for example, we have done a compelling story on Sunanda Pushkar yesterday, and I have a video of a conversation between a police officer and the AIMS forensic head. I am happy to share it with my partners. This spirit of partnership allows us to have 10 content partners. Similarly, so I have partners on languages. Then I have partners on habits. Everybody has a habit. So we have partnerships with Rock Street Journal. We have a fantastic partnership with yourstory.com. We have a partnership with Digit for tech. I'm not sure
Business World.
With Business World. We have partnerships with 8 or 9 other people in habits. Eventually, we want to encompass all these habits, and then eventually, so when you subscribe on the page, you get your page personalized for you every morning. So we are happy to serve for you a customized page. We will get the big stories. Suppose for someone like me, I'll get my stories on politics. I'll get my video on Kamal Hassan curated for me because there is AI embedded into the program. And that's what our developers are working for because the future eventually is going to be in 3 areas on digital. It's going to be in the area of vertical videos, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence. The AI capability allows my server to understand you better. So next time, if I see that you've shown an interest in Rajnikant, next time we'll pick up Rajnikant related stories for you. We'll give you the news from Assam, fresh that morning, with our partnership with Neomia Barta and with our partnership with Rock Street Journal, or Your Story for entrepreneurship or music. We'll serve you that as well. I believe that somewhere roughly so, when I see my consumption of media on digital, 40 to 50% is hard news and 50 to 60% is non-hard news. And you would see the similar statistics even on existing players. If you ask people like News in Shorts, you would find that 40% is hard news, 60% is not hard news. So people are showing an inclination in a lot of things because the phone is a mobile habit. The phone is a solo viewing experience. When you're with the phone, you're completely consumed with yourself. You don't share your phone with anybody. Have you ever seen two people watching one screen together? Never. Would you watch 5 people watching a television show to TV show? Potentially you would. So the person, TV is a social medium and digital is a solo medium. So when you're in digital, you introspect deeper into yourself. You give yourself more time. And you may end up watching a lot of stuff which you may not watch when you're collectively with 4 or 5 people. So I view digital as a world of opportunity in terms of partnerships. And last week when we announced Republic World, we announced the 33 partnerships very openly. And I truly believe that this is the future. It does not make me an aggregator of content.
I understand. So, but
I'm still a content creator.
So, but do you believe that text plus video is the way to go, whereas most of the players use text only as additional information and video as the driver?
No, I think both, but I think the future is in video.
So will the partnership stay then?
Because
they're more of text currently.
No, but people read as well. People read as well. And I foresee in the future, many of the print players will aggregate mobile content capabilities for themselves. From my information, DB, for example, in their 67 editions, has tremendous video gathering ability, and they are beginning to do that. There is no reason why I cannot also do Hindi content. So see, the world of media is going to go beyond the world of territories. Nobody will own any little satrap of their own. We are all going to have to work together and aggregate content together. And then it's a part of belief.
Fantastic. You're believed to be spending about 2 crore a month on Republic World. When do you expect?
Where did you get that number?
It's just an estimate from industry. So, when do you expect? Is it a cash burn phase now?
Pardon me?
Is it a cash burn phase? Don't deny that you don't know this because you're an entrepreneur now. You definitely look at balance sheets.
Of course we're burning cash, it's okay. It's burning cash, not so much, but it's okay.
So, but when do you expect a break even on Republic World?
Now, if I give you a philosophical reply, you think I'm being this about it.
You're being avoiding. You're avoiding the question.
No, I'm not avoiding the question. Yeah. But we had a lot of investors who came to us and who said that the game is about burning cash.
I like that because even Reed Hastings says that.
I can introduce those people to you.
Sure.
But the question is that I believe that digital has to be built as a serious P&L model. You have to grow as you earn, as in TV, as also in digital. And you must be sure of what you're putting out. And then, because you can't just be burning cash, it makes no sense. But for me right now, I am not looking upon digital as a medium to earn money. I'm looking upon digital as, genuinely, Anil, a brand extension. 4 or 5 years from now, we will be sitting here. And I hope that, as many people are consuming my content and watching my show on Republic World or R. as they are watching on TV. So I'm looking at it as an extension of our brand, our values, our partnerships, and the fact that we have entered the market as a David, but we've also gone with a bunch of Davids. And all our partners are our Davids. So a bunch of Davids is always stronger than one Goliath.
Absolutely. Now, coming back to another thing, you said, before you were launching, you stated that even at 50 Frames that you believe in the power of the mobile phone, that you see journalists blogging, journalists actually, is that going to form a large, the journalist vlogging?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, there is an app which allows you to transmit directly from your phone into my production control room. Similarly, there is an app that allows you from the production control room to produce 2 streams, one for digital and one for TV. So the digital is for a vertical screen And for TV, it's a horizontal screen. So I would request all of you one day come and watch we are operating out of a mill in the Bombay Dyeing Complex. We are producing 2 streams. We're the first, I think one of the first companies in the world to be producing a live digital and a live TV stream. Because I think there's something really weird about holding your phone like this and then doing this to watch TV. And we asked ourselves, what if you just watch TV like this? Right? Though it's a chaotic experience. So I'll share a video with you. There are about 12 boxes on my show every night. Now, on vertical, there are 12 boxes around your screen and me in the middle shouting. It can give you a migraine, but it's a more pleasurable experience watching TV like this. Now, why on a mobile should you change the way you hold your phone? So we are producing vertical videos.
Yeah.
The second and most amazing thing, and I want to talk about this, is VR journalism. We had experts from Israel, US, Canada who came in. They trained, and we have a bunch of about 7 or 8 fully trained VR professionals, and we set up VR editing suites. Because the future is going to be where you will put on your Oculus, and you will go, and as part of a more introspective universe that we are building towards, people will spend more time with themselves. And people will say, I don't want the narrative. I don't even want Arnab to debate this issue for me. I don't want to know what they have reported on Yogi Adityanath. I would like to be at a Yogi Adityanath rally. So what we'll do is we'll send a camera person. Now, not Yogi Adityanath alone, it can be Sitaram Yechuri also. You go to any place where the news is happening and just shoot it on a GoPro lens, and you can put it out. And it changes your entire viewing experience. We are in a position to produce about 10 VR news pieces a month, which we are doing from next month. So I'm in the process of innovation and learning. So there's VR and there's vertical videos, which will change the way journalism is done. So I want to experiment with a lot more of this stuff going forward.
Yep, I asked you about the journalists logging on their own, using their phones rather than having intricate cameras.
Yeah, they're doing it all the time. Now, you know, who's going to spend money on an OB-van which costs you 1 crore rupees when you can buy a 20,000 rupee phone and put in software for 1,000 rupees and produce fairly good streaming quality video, right? Much of our coverage of Amarnath, which has got very good critical appreciation, has been done using the phone. And there is no embarrassment in it. You know, we have selfie sticks, we have phones. It's about the news, right? It's not about going to a place and showing up with 1,000 tons of equipment and saying, you look here, I'm so smart, we are so rich. So that's why I have said in the future that money is not going to buy you anything. So all those people, and again, going back to the point, whether it is players in India or players in the US who have billion-dollar budgets and believe that that is going to form a moat of safety around them, we're going to breach that moat. We don't need to spend that money. Technology makes things easier. Now it's in the process of the mind. You need to think through. So I think we are covering. So let me give you a statistic, for example. Our competition is 37 outside broadcast vans costing 1 crore rupees each. I have 6, and they also are on hire. But I have 200% more ratings than them. How does that happen? It doesn't matter. You can't impress with technology is changing every day. Everything is going to change. Now I can go with my phone in semi-rural areas. In the future, all of India is going to be connected. So more power to Reliance Jio and all these companies. The more they proliferate, the better for us.
Fantastic. So any questions from the audience? Identify yourself and let it be relevant to the topic, not outside the topic.
Good afternoon. My name is Rama, and I represent a company called HCorp Group. I'm actually from South Africa, and you know, actually an honor to ask you a question right now. And I've come here mainly to buy and license OTT, take OTT into the Africa continent. By the way, a lot of people in South Africa and Africa call you the Swami that goes.
What?
Goes Swami? The Swami that goes.
Swami that goes.
Yeah. So they very proud of you.
Come to the question, please.
No, I like it.
Sure.
No,
So,
please continue.
so the thing is that... all right. So
I'm trying to be Swami that grows also now.
yes. So, you know, a while ago you had mentioned a purposeful act that you did. And I hope that your channel is able to do that now, where some people were very hungry, you fought, with the government? Are you doing something like that with your channel? Because that'll be a great purpose. And my question is basically a threefold question. We're very worried that you got to take care of yourself because we're big fans of you.
Thank you.
What's your blood pressure number like? Okay. And finally, is it possible to bring Republic TV into South Africa, going out to African audiences? And the similar concept of what you're doing, and how can we represent or take your concept into Africa, because it's a great
you've got a distribution partner.
Yeah, thank you. So, very happy to announce that this week we are sending our first contingent for international distribution, starting with the Middle East, and we want to go to as many countries as possible. I can take your contacts, put you in touch with our person, so we can do that. We also believe that we should be available in multiple platforms, OTT, television, digital, everywhere. So we're looking for partnerships everywhere possible. Your second question was on the BP part. That's perfectly okay. I give others, high BP.
No, the reason I asked you is because
I'm doing fine.
You need to look after yourself, because you've got to teach more people before you leave this planet how to do what you're doing.
I want to make Republic TV a place to grow young talent in content and television journalism. And I mean it that I have had a very good run in my career. God has been kind to me, and the audiences have been wonderful to me, and my media industry has been so good to me that I've been able to launch a channel, make it successful, make it #1 right now. My agenda in the next 10 years, 3 to 4 years, is to launch a global platform from India using digital. So you didn't ask me that question, but eventually,
I was going to ask you,
Republic World, when you tell me today, I build the credibility of the platform, eventually whether I crowdsource, bring in investment or everywhere. In the next 2 years, we are going to launch a full-scale Indian competitor to BBC or CNN or Vice from India. And if it is possible for me to do this, distribute across India, believe me, there is no reason why I should not be providing balanced commentary on world affairs and be accessing the content worldwide and curating the content in Lower Parel. I believe it is possible. And when we launched Times Now, when I launched Times Now, we had Reuters and people from 15 nationalities worked in my newsroom, Anil. And some of the best news producers in CNN and BBC have been trained by my producers, from Lower Parel. So I believe we are now going to take that next step. It's going to be wonderful. Your first point on politics. We are aggressively neutral. We don't mince our words. When Mandsaur happened, and when the BJP government in Mandsaur shot on farmers, we did not mince our words and attack the state government. We had a hashtag saying farmers face bullets. When a minister, a member of parliament from the TDP, bullied and beat up Indigo Airways manager because he wasn't able to get into the plane, we did not criticize the MP. We took on the central government, right? And those who've known my innings would know that the only one big scam / open charge of nepotism against the Modi government was done when I was in charge in the previous channel. It was a story called Lalit Gate. So be assured about our aggressive neutrality. And when the moment comes, we are answerable not to any political party. We are only answerable to the audience. And when the time comes, we will show our independent streak very strongly.
It's a great purpose. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Question? Any other questions? All right. I'm going to ask you. You've been very Twitter and social media averse personally. Is that going to change? Is it because you're afraid of being trolled, or is it because?
Yeah, I'm afraid of being trolled. I'm very sensitive, and I get all this feedback, and I can't handle it.
Get people to manage your account.
No, then you're not being real. No, then you're not being real. See, I meet people. I meet 10, 20 real people every day. I interact with people. I meet people. I spend time. I spend time with people from schools, colleges. I go out. I meet people. So what happens is that, I don't want to have a one-way street on Twitter. No, if I have a Twitter following of a few millions, then if there are responses, you can't be rude and not reply.
I understand. See, but if you look at it, Mr. Bachchan charges X number of lakhs per tweet.
No. The Bachchan can charge. Good luck to him. I'm not, see, again, Anil, you'll understand. My philosophy in media is not that how much money do I need to make.
It's not about you, it's about a corporation.
No, my corporation will.
You're a brand.
See, it is not. It's the credibility of the brand. If we have been able to become the #1 brand on news television today, it's not because of money. if you do good work, if your stories are good, if somebody in South Africa wants you to be distributed, it will work. You can't stress about it. I can't fine-tune it. And I will never sell my Twitter account. And I don't know, there is a fake guy, there are 5 or 6 people out there who come up every week and they tweet in my name and they say all kinds of things. So, it's okay. I'm too scared to be on Twitter. Facebook is a more credible in that sense because Facebook does not have anonymity.
So you're on Facebook now?
No, our organization is very strongly with Facebook.
Okay. You're not personally on Facebook?
No. We put our content on Facebook
Sure.
because Facebook expands our audience to 150, 200, God knows how many million people they have. So I love Facebook. The problem with Twitter is the anonymity of the messages. I don't even know who I'm dealing with. Facebook, there's a real person. There's a community to the person.
You'll be surprised.
Huh?
You'll be surprised. There too.
Where is it?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much
My
for your
pleasure.
honest feedback. Thank you very much.
I want to thank everyone. Today is the first time I came out since the launch of Republic World. For all of you people out there who supported us during our launch and during our up and down times, I genuinely want to thank you. I see a lot of friends in the audience. It's good to see you again. Open invitation. We launched out of a mill. Anil, you came there that day. For 53 years, it was an unused mill in the Bombay Dyeing Complex. We transformed it into the biggest news studios that are there here. So anytime any of you have time, please take a walk around our studios, right opposite the Hard Rock Cafe in Lower Parel.
Yeah, and it's an interesting place. I went there, he invited me. He was kind enough to have lunch.
Thank you.
And invite me to lunch.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, Anil. Thank you.
A round of applause for Arnab.
Thank you.